shout out to Holmzie and Big Cannon. Holmzie,
and that is the man of the hour. Hold on.
Same.
That's the man. That's the man of the. Hold on, Chris. Wait a minute. That's the man of the hour. Big Cannon. We got him on now. We're gonna call up for us now. Go ahead, Chris. There you go.
Okay, here's what it. Yo, shout out to my bro Holmzie The God. I love Holmzie to death, man. I love his energy. I love the way that he promos. I love everything. But here's the thing: you got that Mike T syndrome, my guy. You do a lot of talking, and then when it gets up to the battle, it's the delivery just ain't really.
That's a fact. That is
I ain't even gonna hold you. Big Cannon didn't really do all that yah shit you was doing, which I can appreciate. But here's the other thing: Big Cannon went up there and did what he did, and it looked like he didn't even break a sweat
at all.
He didn't sweat at all, actually.
I don't think
on? Big Cannon, are you on?
Yeah, I'm on right now. Hello.
Oh, there he is.
What's poppin', bro? What's poppin'?
Hey, Cannon, it's Mike Phenom. How you doing?
Is who?
It's Mike Phenom. How you doing, sir?
Hello, how you doing, Michael? Phenomenal.
My God, how are you doing, my brother?
Man, I feel absolutely exquisite. Last weekend I battled somebody, and now I feel absolutely exquisite afterwards.
Look, man. Big Cannon. Look, man. Let's just be honest. URL. I'm gonna be honest with you. Out of all the battles that took place on this card in Survivor Series, salute to y'all. But I'm gonna keep it a bean, and I got some stuff in the fireplace with URL. But your last few events been lackluster, and you gave the best battle away for free. Can I get my 35 back? Because I got to catch that one on YouTube.
Well, you know what? That's not my problem, brother. You got Norv, you got Beasley, you got Chico.
No, what I'm saying is I'm telling you, guys, they gotta quit. They gotta quit building the hype up around these other matchups, and then they best like this matchup right here. This matchup right here was amazing. It lived up to the hype on your end because you came out there and you delivered. We expected a little more from Holmzie. It was a little. He had some dry spots. You had some very memorable moments, and this. Y'all got the best battle for free. This was the battle of the night. I'm sorry.
I'm not here to, down anybody or, I'm not here to, do the bullshit, But what I am here to do is just, say, I told you so. I told you, Holmzie. I told you, Holmzie. Listen, man, Holmzie, he can really rap, man. He's very talented, man. He's really good, man. He just gotta learn himself, man. That's all. Like he just hasn't learned what to do well yet. Like if you watch the battle, if you think back to the battle, like he's trying to be a lot more energetic. He was trying to bark on me, and when he tried to quote unquote bark on me, I'm just looking at him like, what are you doing? Like this ain't even you. Like, what are you doing? Like, Holmzie just looked very uncomfortable, man. That's what I honestly feel. I feel like he looked very uncomfortable. This was something that he doesn't normally do, and when he tried to do these things, it just didn't come across the way he wanted them to come across. He's very talented, though. He just didn't show it in this one.
Cannon, brother, you was just on my show last night, and I'm still going to give you an apology again because of my prediction. I had to give you my apology last night, and I did. And I salute you for that, for coming on my show, and I appreciate that. But still, I'm giving you a second apology because I doubted you. And you explained it, and that's what it is, and I salute you for it. So much respect to you, bro.
You know, man, we all make mistakes, brother. You know what I'm saying? We all make mistakes, you know. Like certain things.
I'll be honest, man. I think people doubted you because of the 2-on-2, and you can never judge it. You can never judge a 2-on-2 because that's two people that are responsible for their performances, and sometimes it just doesn't come off right. So y'all act like Big Ken ain't been doing this dolo for a minute, man. That's what I just don't understand. And Holmzie is dope, but I think Holmzie it was looking past you to his next battle or to his
That's what I said. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He had a lot more energy for Loso in a face-off of a battle that's never gonna happen.
The battle can happen. It just ain't gonna happen right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that battle's not gonna happen because
that battle doesn't even make any sense to happen.
That battle will never happen because Holmzie will be the one that's having to play catch up. Loso's already
on his way to stardom.
Stardom.
Well, and side note, Loso looked like he was happy to be here as in the face ass nigga. I was dying. He was so intrigued with the battle that went down this weekend.
How good would you feel if you got flown out for no reason?
Well, when I get flown out any battle that I get flown out to is for a reason. Hell, when I come out to Atlanta, it's for a reason. So that's for a reason. What was the reason? He was there to support his brother Street Hymns in the PG, support Saga. What was he there to get Saga a hand?
Oh yeah, that's right. Street Hymns did have a PG. That battle was boring.
Oh
but
Lord,
yeah, he did.
We don't even want to talk about that. Right, we're going to talk about that later. Tonight, it's right now. It's about Kannon and the God.
Now, Big Kannon, how you doing? How you doing, brother? It's Mike again. How you feeling?
Talk to me, Michael. Phenomenal, man. What's up, man?
Now, I was blessed enough to have heard these bars in advance, and we conversed, and we had the conversation about what Holmzie's strengths and what he lacked. Do you feel like he showed his strengths and what he lacked again during this battle?
I think he showed both. And I think that his strength is when he just rap, man. Like he's relatable to, I guess, the street guys. The street guys like when he talks the relatable street talk. Like
the believability factor the believability factor goes a long way with Holmzie.
Right.
Yeah, like they believe him.
I think that's why we were so impressed with his Moon battle, because he broke through with that Moon battle.
Yeah,
I was the only one that wasn't really impressed by that battle.
Moon is not Big Kannon though. I just don't get it, man.
Wasn't the most spectacular, but when he battled Moon, I was just like, and I guess because it was on the street talk field, we know Moon to be. I mean, when you see Moon coming in the building, Moon coming with about 50 motherfuckers, and they all look like they coming out of a belly scene. You know, the when they come in the club belly scene. That's what I get. I mean, Survivor Series.
Steady, are you ready? Are you ready?
Okay, listen, I was trying not to go there.
Okay,
I know exactly what you were talking about.
Yes, I mean they are tuned up. So for him to be on that, for him to be able to rock with Moon and talk that shit, I was like, okay, this the Holmzie I've been waiting for. And not for nothing, you got a little, not even a little something. I feel like Holmzie is talented. I just feel like, he needs more battles like Big Kannon though. He
was
wrote
it his
part
second
out
or
for Big
third?
Kannon. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
I just think that he had a little hard time warming up in this battle. Like I think it wasn't through until halfway through his second, and then his third he was cooking. Like it just the build.
But this is my thing about his third. His third was cool. His third was cool, but a lot of it was not aimed at Kannon.
Nothing to do with
True.
Nothing to do with me. See,
and that's how I took it. The first round was Holmzie's best round. It's like battle wise, his best round was his first round.
Yeah, but you know what's weird
time,
is that the fans rocked more towards his end of the battle performance when he wasn't being direct. And see, that's what I'm like about y'all fans. I don't like y'all like
this indirect. You know, you can bars for anybody. I guess Real Talk feels shooting your shot at other people. They're into that. It builds the battle, but that's not, to me, it's not formidable. Not when you're going up against somebody who is literally going to take your fucking head off.
It's only valid and it only works when you're winning the battle. If you're down 2 rounds already, you can't take your third.
That's not the time. Kannon, let me ask this, and actually, all of you guys are battlers outside of me and Variant. But let me ask this, because I forgot who I asked this. When you're battling, and say you go second, or even if you go first, is there time enough to say, you know what, I'm gonna take my third and make it my second? I'm gonna take my third or second. Is it any time to mix around the rounds so that it's more competitive or it's more direct, or you know what I mean? Should you be using that type of strategy when you're battling even?
You know, can I, hello, wait, hello?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. Wait, did you ask me something?
Yeah, I was asking you. I was asking all of y'all. I mean, I'm not a battler, so I don't know. I've heard battlers can do this, but it's more the skilled ones that can do that. Is it formidable to say, you know what, my opponent is kicking my ass, let me use my third or my first or my second in this
you mean like switch them around, like if you know that you got a fire ass round?
Let me tell you something. See, I fucked up. I actually fucked up, right? I was so in the moment that, like, I had in my head, I was like, all right, depending on, like, going second, it allows you to do that. Like, I knew my third round wasn't as strong as my second round, but I knew it was still good. So I was supposed to spit my third second and then end out the battle with my second round. But it just happened. I was looking at Mulatto, and I was looking at her, and her eyes captured mine, and I just lost it. So when I seen her beautiful face,
I hate you.
No, I'm just saying, like
my man took time to take his shot mid battle. Amazing.
Yeah, I was listening to him rap. Well, I was. You know what's crazy? The reason why I didn't rebuttal this battle is I didn't even hear shit he said. I wasn't even listening, man. Like, I was too busy, like, looking at Mulatto and, engaging with her, eye contact.
That was your old boo, right?
Yeah, that's always gonna be my best friend. That's always gonna be my best friend. But
I like the way you said that.
The spice talk post battle is crazy right now. Yo, he talk no shit leading up to the battle, but boy now.
No, I'm just saying, like, no. Realistically, man, we talk back and forth, saying a lot of shit, but I just feel like, I'm sorry to all of, my fans if they see me being cocky. I apologize. It was just, I just didn't like all of this shit talk, and I just wanted to. It was unwarranted. It was just very unwarranted.
I don't feel like you shit talk though. I don't feel you did.
Not on my end. Not necessarily on my end. I feel like just a lot of the things he was saying, it really bothered me, man. I really care about my craft. I really care about my craft, and the things he was saying, it bothered me. So instead of me, going back and forth with him and cussing him out on Twitter or cussing him out on Facebook, I was just like, you know what? Forget it. Let me just take it out on this nigga on the battle. And that's why it seemed like I was so angry.
Yeah, but you need to be that. You need to be that. And that is the part that I think people don't realize with Big Kannon. But as I told you too, you got to stop this bullshit, because you being a vet in this game, as Mike said, you know what I mean? This is Big Kannon, and for you, you know, you was even like, it's disrespectful. You know, these niggas got to learn respect. They do. But in hindsight, the reason he even came for your kufi the way that he did was because of past battles.
Yeah. Like, I couldn't lose it. Like, I couldn't lose this, and I couldn't lose it to a guy like that. Like, I just don't lose to dudes like that, man. I keep saying that, and they just think that I just be talking and whatever, but they don't know how to beat me, man. They have to be different to beat me, and I'm not saying I'm the greatest battle rapper ever, because by no stretch of the imagination do I think that. I still got a long way to go. It's a lot of things that I want to work on, but those guys, like those punches back to back and trying to clown me for being a street nigga. No, I'm hey guys, you know, listen, battlers, I'm not a street guy. I'm not street at all, man. You know, like, I think people confuse being street with me just being a man. None of you all are going to disrespect me at any time. None of you will disrespect me. And if you do, then we'll have that conversation at that time. But in regards to, you know, like being a street nigga, no, I'm not. Just don't disrespect me. That's all I care about. You know, like, I think that just qualifies me as being a man, not a street guy. And then these guys, that's usually their angles. Oh, you're not street. You are a church boy, or you all this out. One, I'm not a church dude. Two, you know, no, I wasn't in the street, but I have to be. You know what I mean? Like, I live a pretty all right life, man.
My thing is
this. Right.
My thing with that topic right there is really being a street dude. That, like, we glorify that a lot in hip hop, period. But I mean, yo, I like my life a lot better now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a father of 3, got a good career, life is good.
I said everything here at 7:15. I could miss my flight.
So, you know, I mean, that glorification of the street stuff is cool. Except, yo, I know a million street guys right now that are personal friends of mine that would trade lives with me in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I even said that. I said that in the battle. I'm like, you know, the guys that I know that's really, like, in the street, like, okay, listen, let's put it, all right, maybe if I explain it, like, I'm not the street guy, right? But I had multiple people, like, the majority of the people who I congregate with were them dudes. You understand what I'm saying? Uh-huh. So I was always, you know what I'm saying, I knew about that type of life, but, you know, I just never decided to do that myself. They all protected me. It was just like, right. Look, you know, you niggas, yeah, I was the hood rapper. That's what I was. Like, I was the rapper. You know what I'm saying? The guys would always see me and be like, man, bro, we want this dude to make it. He make it, but then we all make it. So that's how it kind of was with me. So when dudes be saying all this, okay, you was a lame and all of this, you was never in the street, or blah, 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 like, y'all have no clue. You know what I mean?
That doesn't mean, right. Yeah. I don't think
like,
that necessarily means anything, right?
Like, no, it doesn't.
But
it doesn't
again,
at all.
and
they try to discredit me.
Yeah.
That's how they try to discredit the other stuff that they can't do. Oh, I'm gonna out gangster you. So go ahead, brother. Hey, man. Hey, do what you do. Just don't touch me. That's it, man. Do you out gangster me all you want, man. Just don't touch me. And there have been a few occasions where I've had to, like, talk to guys and let them know, like, hey, bruh, you know, I respect you, what you do. You know, you're Mr. Gangster. And I've had to, you know, take them cameras off, and I've had to walk them outside, and we've had a conversation. So I think that a lot of people just, you know, they don't understand that, man.
Well, the tough guy shit is what fucks up battles, too. I mean, there is an element. I mean, we have different characteristics or characters in battle rap, and not necessarily even characters. You know, some people will go. But, again, this is a sport. You know what I mean? Well, in my opinion, it's always been a sport. It's not necessarily somewhere where, you know, bully does matter. And, you got your Shugs, you got your Maths, you got your, you know, you got your Geechee Gottis. You got a lot of niggas that do come from that. But that's just as well as to think that personals or street affiliation wins battles. It does not. You know, what's your life like? You know, with that. To me, the real talk, it can win a round, and depending on the moment, it can win a moment. But at the end of the day, it's not the end-all, be-all because somebody is not a street dude or a gangster, whatever you want to call it. Whatever. I mean, again, like you said, the definition has changed a lot. You know, it really has changed a lot. So I don't even know. This shit is, I don't know. I really don't know. But at the end of the day, I feel like Holmzie got the Craig Lamar treatment, is what I feel. And I feel like instead of him worried about, oh, you lost the DNA, well, let's not discredit DNA, because DNA is going to be the lot of you niggas if that is the field that you're going to, or if that's the approach that you're going to take every time. You know, it's cool to sell the battle, but if that's the approach that you're going to take every time, like, dub that shit. Because at the end of the day, he should have been paying more attention, in my opinion, to Craig Lamar, because that was a lesson. That was sit down, young man, let me holler at you. And I feel like that's what happened in this battle, because not only did he not have the best Craig Lamar performance, he did not, like the guys just said, it wasn't the best performance against you. So, like Chris said, if he's looking past the battle, what battle are we looking at now? This should have been the battle where you excelled in.
You know, I think Holmzie, I think he's going to learn a lot from this battle. Well, I hope he does, you know, learn a lot from this battle. Like this one, I think that what's going to help him out is seeing what really works for him, because he still didn't know. Like looking at his, you know, Joe and Moon battle, that was totally different than his, you know, Craig Lamar performance. Like he tried to be a little bit more energetic, and he tried to be even more energetic with me, and that just didn't translate well. He doesn't have to do that. Like he's a good rapper. If he can rap, just rap, man. You don't have to try to do the extras, man. Like Goods, rarely hear that guy raise his voice, and he still is effective. I'm not saying that you are good, but different. Like Mav Hoffa is just as aggressive as any other nigga, but he speaks. He rarely screams, and I think that maybe that's what he should be trying to do. Like he needs to find what works for him.
No, one of the problems, though,
Kannon broke up completely.
Well, he was basically stating, I heard what he said. He's basically saying that he needs to be a little more himself and find his own path, whereas these bully rappers, Math is still just as intimidating without really raising his voice and doing all the extra shit, and Goods rarely raises his voice, not saying, and he was saying not that Holmzie is good. Here's the thing. New battle rappers, and I still consider Holmzie kind of a relatively new battle rapper.
Yeah.
These guys' identities, these guys' battle rap identities, and this is no shot, and I'm sure that when Holmzie hears this, I'm going to have this conversation with him, and I welcome it. But here's the thing. Lord Jesus. You guys were raised by this. No, hold on. No, you guys were raised by this shit. Okay? So your identity is what you watched when it comes to this battle rap shit. You have your favorite battle rappers, and when I see these new guys, I can tell you who they watched when they were younger.
I've been saying that for the longest. I've literally been saying that for the longest. Yeah. It's a difference when you come in to this during at the time that you come in. A lot of the previous generation, you don't see anybody that really sounds alike. Everybody has their own. They came in with their own personality. They brought something different to the game, which allowed them longevity. That's why Conceded's been relevant for so long. Tay-Rock's been relevant for so long. Math has been relevant for so long. Everybody has something that separates them. But when you look, that's why Cannon's been around and been relevant for so long. Everybody has something that separates them from everybody else in the pack. And these new generation battlers really don't.
And that's why you're going to see URL continuously book these older guys because people don't mind that they sound like themselves. They URL's changing their rules a little bit with their PG process where like they want you to do one and then be ready for a bigger stage. But the problem is that you gotta have a unique sound and the it factor. It's hard when battle rap raised a lot of these new guys to have that because that's why you hear so many comparisons when we're like, yo, so-and-so reminds me of this, or, this person is mini Suge or mini this, or this and that. It's really hard to find.
Because they're rapping for the wrong reasons.
Right, they were fans first. That's see, everybody dogs me because I wasn't a battle rapper. I was a league owner and I was a fan, and I turned battle rapper. But I still sound like myself. I have a very original sound when I rap, and how I am. That's because this shit didn't raise me. You know what I'm saying? Like, like this shit didn't raise me. I am fans of certain people, but my style and what I rap about is not to appease the fans. It's to be me. And if that appeases the fans at the same time, then cool. But if it doesn't, then cool, don't listen to me rap. These new kids, they that's why you have so many. You got 1 million guys out right now that sound like Twerk, or get that. Oh well, he sounds like a Twerk. The only reason why they say that is because Twerk's popping right now. Some of these guys have been rapping way longer than Twerk.
Well, Lou Castro sounds like Twerk because that's where Twerk came from. But honestly,
there was a dude. I hosted a battle on. I forgot which radio show it was, but there was a dude named Paulo Creed, right? And I've seen his name before, but I had.
Yeah, we know who he is.
Michigan.
Or from Flint. He's from Flint.
I've been hollering, yes. Anybody
now,
that knows
I heard Paulo Creed for the first time.
Wing. Yeah.
I heard Paulo and I
Anybody
was like,
that
dang,
knows
he
me
sounds like
before I
Twerk.
became Wing, know that's my guy. I've been talking about him for a long time.
Now, when I judged him, I was like, oh, he sounds like Twerk. Now, this is my first time hearing him, and he was like, nah. Like, they was like, nah, he's been around way longer than Twerk.
Yes, sir.
And I'm thinking, like,
he's
dang,
been around. Listen, he's been around. He wasn't, I don't think he was rapping then, but with the Ill Wills and Calicos and all of them, I don't know if he was around. I don't know, Kannon, do you know who he's talking about, right? Paulo Creed.
He had a PG, man. He had a PG.
Yeah, he had a PG. But remember, that's when all that funny fuck shit was going on with Norbs and them, and around that time, allegedly they weren't booking anybody from Flint at the time, or from Michigan at the time, so Michigan kind of fizzled out on the scene. But he was street status and all of that. Like, I mean, was street status Michigan, Detroit. I'm sorry.
You know what I love about stuff like this is that, like, all right, like, I watched Holmzie's little thing about Kannon and where he came from, and everybody, one of the funniest things with Big Kannon is like, yo, he rapped on Grind Time, and so he was on the most popping league at the time,
exactly,
doing numbers, and y'all.
You know who else was on Grind Time? Hollow. You know who else was on Grind Time?
Damn near half of the top tiers right now.
Calico.
Top tiers right now came from Grind
because
Time.
most of these,
the greatest of all time,
were in my inbox. Most of these top tiers were in my inbox at one time asking for a plate, and that's facts. Big Kannon know my cousin Deuce. He know what time it was at Grind Time Atlanta. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about Deuce, Mark?
Yeah. All right, you
out there like
that?
Grind Time. I remember Mark.
Yeah, that's my cousin. We started Grind Time Atlanta together. So, you know, like you can't bash people from coming from grind time. Your favorite artists were there, and
exactly.
And, you know, the cloth was different at that time. Everything was original then. We never had these people are saying the same shit everybody else is saying, or this person sounds like this person. We ain't had a problem.
Ever.
No, because we was around them.
Yeah, don't bash where the history came from. We come from a different time, a different era when this shit was really authentic and really real. Most of y'all is copycat cookie cutters of what these guys did previously. A lot of y'all sound like the Suns, and the Suns were around 10 years ago. They don't do that. Don't sit there and discredit where a man came from, because grind time birthed a lot of y'all.
Facts.
It birthed URL, and I know that to be facts.
Because URL wasn't about to do, like, they didn't have nothing going until they saw grind time. Grind time was moving. They started in Florida, then went to Cali, then New York.
Mm-hmm.
They needed something. Something.
Well, I think the distinction comes from the fact that newer fans associate Smack and URL as one, not understanding that Smack was an entity of his own, with Smack
and that's
opposed to
right,
URL.
and that's URL didn't come along till Chico and Beasley and all these guys. Smack was out here behind the camera for a long time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's know your history before you downgrade what somebody's done in their past, man, and pay homage, because Big Kannon put out a lot of work for you guys, and y'all want to discredit that because he wasn't a URL baby. You can't copy respect. Well, you can't. Hold on, you can't copy respect.
And people don't realize how tough Chicago Battlegrounds Battle League was.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Chicago Battlegrounds was crazy.
That's why I'm saying you can't copy respect, and I dig that, but you can't copy originality either, and that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a preach button somewhere? Is there a preach button?
Right.
Talk your shit, Chris.
Somebody press the preach button,
bro.
please.
I am grabbing your collar right fucking now. Listen,
look, man. Everybody got their time and their space where they came from, man. And when the history books goes down, guys like Big Kannon and the guys like Arsenal and the guys like Conceited, who came from a league that y'all don't really respect anymore because you don't know the history, we birthed those guys.
Shout out to Grind Time Northwest.
Because Young Kannon came up with Grind Time as well. And I mean, Big Kannon has told that story as far as him and Young Kannon and how, you know, they joined forces. And before that, when he came into the fold, you know what I mean? I think that being that both of them being Chicago or Midwest battlers, you know, I think somebody had asked a question about who started the Midwest movement, and they felt like St. Louis, like Verb and them started the Midwest movement.
Nah, man.
Listen, I told them, hold on, we can't. First and foremost, St. Louis is not just the Midwest. Can we get some geographical facts going on, please? Let's go.
Well,
I'm gonna turn that towards over to you, Kannon. I'm waiting for you to chime in.
Well, what people gotta understand is, like, you know, Verb was one of the first people that they seen in regards to, you know, with the Smack era, with the East Coast guys. They were the first person to actually go over there. Actually, Young Kannon was probably one of the first to ever go over there. See, but people don't know that. Like, where Kannon... hello, sir. Yeah, you know, a lot of people don't know that Young Kannon was the first. But, you know, it happens, man. Like, guys going... Say what, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah,
and my bad, before you finish, I'm sorry, that was, Apollo Creed was not street status. He was Scheme Street. I'm sorry, I used to get those mixed up. But he was Scheme Street. But that kind of goes into where I'm going with that, with the whole, like you said, Kannon was the first to go over to URL. However, y'all had Scheme Street, y'all had Street Status, where you had Detroit that was doing, you know what I mean, that was battling. You had Mo Dirty, you had Miles, you had all of them, it's a Quest, and all of them who actually from the Midwest. And I guess maybe because Quest and Miles and them came over URL, but Quest and them kind of did the whole King of the Dot grind time situation. But you had a full region that was coming into battle rap, and I don't, I'm not taking anything from Verb and them, but at the end of the day, I look at y'all collectively. I don't look at it as they started it. I feel like there was a force, not just from St. Louis, because it was a, you had B Magic, you had Young Ill, you had a handful, but along with Chicago and then Detroit, like y'all was fucking massive. That's what I call a movement.
Yeah, like I think that all of this, man, like what people gotta understand is like, whether or not you look at me as a top tier, or if you look at me as a legend in it, or if you look at me as just a mid tier, the things that I've been able to accomplish just myself outside of the quote unquote top tier names, bro, my name is forever etched in the books, for when it comes to you can go right there. That goes into, the landscape of Midwest battle rap. Like, granted, they, A-Verb and them, they were the first battlers that they know. Big P was the first Chicago, guy that got on. Calico and, X Factor Miles, all them guys set precedents for Detroit. But, I'm the guy that actually brought something here for us to galvanize around and make, something big. Like that was me. Guerrilla warfare was on the back of me. Now, did we always do everything right? No, but it was a trial and error basis. We did everything that we had to do, with no prior knowledge, with no help, with no financial backing. We did that all because we wanted to do it. Until this day, we still trying to get back from what, the great things that we did, for the city. And we still trying. So, we keep bringing out stuff, for the people, man, and trying to just shed light on our talent as well and shed light on the Midwest. Young Kannon and K-Shine just dropped a very good battle, something that I think people, talking about and whatever, and that didn't come from, a smack endorsement. That didn't come from, any endorsement from anybody. That came from our own work. And that was a great battle that we put together.
K-Shine and Young Kannon, absolutely. I agree. Well, I just wanted to
that was such
get
a
on
different
here.
K-Shine.
Yeah. I wanted you to get on here and talk your ish. And, sound like you are getting a little busy. But, yes, I did want to let you talk your ish. And, we definitely will get back up with you. What you got next after this? I mean, can you hint about a card that you might be on in August?
Well, June 22nd, I got the battle with Double M in Houston. I'll be, putting that together. Yeah, the Houston Barcode, I'll be there the night before Known. I'll check that out. Then I'm going to go to Known, so if anybody want to, contact me, meet me there, I'll be at Known. But other than that, man, I mean, I'm just chilling, bro. I'm just chilling, man. Like I said, this year, I'm not taking many battles. Like, I'm going to pace myself. I'm not taking many battles this year. I'm going to, be very sparingly because, legacy is everything, man. And just when you spread yourself too thin, man, you could wilter away. So, you got to leave something, for the imagination and leave something for people, to actually want to see you. they watching me every month battling. I mean, there's no excitement for the next Kannon battle. So let's change that.
That's a fact. Well, as always, we appreciate you coming up here talking your ish. And my daughter just came here, so I'm not cussing right now. But
no. Tell Holmzie. Yeah, make sure you tell Holmzie, man. I said thank you, Holmzie. Thank you for revitalizing my smack career. I appreciate you, Holmzie. You did this, not me. So God bless you, sir.
That's what's up. We will get up with you, Kannon.
All right, stay black.
All right.
Yo, I got a question,
that
man.
means stay light skinned.
Wait, I was about to just qualify that question real quick. Did he just tell us to stay black or stay blessed?
Yeah,
I need answers.
For you, that means stay light skinned.